What up? Jamal, what's up, bro? Oh, I need y'all to turn it up. Let's go. What up? What is what and who exactly is a more? Can't help you. Go do research. Listen, I have a lot of videos on YouTube. Please do research. Just go to Sabir Bay YouTube channel. Go to the before 1492 and buy some books. What exactly a Moor is? It ain't a black person. There is no such thing as y'all should be asking the question, what is a black person? How about that part? That's what y'all should be asking. What is a black person? Negroes always want to say, what is a Moor? What is actually a black man or a black woman? How about that question? That's a good one. I don't care if you say I'm sarcastic. If you've been on this feed 1,000 times, if you've been on this feed once, you would know. I told you. Now, I don't know where you located at, but if you want to set up a class or wherever you want to be at, set it up or go get your scholars. Okay? I'm fine with it. Whatever you want to call yourself, whatever you want to call, I'll put up the link so you can jump on the feed. Give me 1 second. And you got less than 5 minutes to state your claim. That's all I'm going to tell you. What's up, brother Jamal? What happening, bro? Let's put the link up here so they can join the feed. Come out the gate swinging. Okay? If you can't answer the question, then sorry. You got to go get your scholars. Only real people hit that link right there. So let me set my Instagram up. So if y'all have X, please share this out on X. Hurry up and share it out on X. And do not follow me at all. And do not follow me blind. Do your due diligence. Or if you think that these people are so sharp, I know y'all gonna be in your feelings. Just go get your scholars. We can talk about it for a minute. Okay? So I said enough. Don't act like you don't see the links. Okay? If y'all confused in 2024 who the Moors are, then you got to go back to the drawing board and go get your black scholars. In 2024, if you still confused, out of all of this information, then you should go get every last one of your black scholars. And honestly, I'll take them on, all of them. I'll take on all of them. Set it up tonight. Whenever. Okay? Shout out to my brother Teray, who I just had a conversation with from Philadelphia. You can take it any way you want. If you don't know me, if you don't know my personality by now, then you should go hide in a corner somewhere and study yourself, because honestly, Sabir don't care how you feel. Truth is truth. I didn't did enough videos that you could just Google my name and find out what I do. Google Sabir Bay. I don't give a 747. So let me give a shout out to my Lyft driver today, my Morisco brother. Okay. Let's go. Hit it up. The link is up there. Don't act like y'all don't see it. Don't act like you don't see what I posted up there. But let's get it started. So this, shout out to my brother Teray in Philadelphia. We was having a discussion about, if you keep typing, I'm going to block you, family. I keep trying to tell you that. If you feel as though that's what you feel, then you should share this to brother Tariq Nasheed right now. I'm going to block you the next time you say something. I'm going to block you because I know who you are. So you can take this to foundational Black Americans. You can take this to Tariq Nasheed directly. So that's the last time. As soon as you do something, I'm going to show you how your ego is. You're going to type instead of coming on the feed. And you can just want me to block you. So listen, this goes out to my brother Teray. We was having a discussion about people and how people get stuck in one spot. And what hurts us is that we stuck in one spot with car notes, mortgages. Our ancestors have always been navigators. And I'm not knocking nobody at all. But our ancestors have always been gypsies, always been nomads. This is a fact. 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 That our ancestors have always been nomads. And nomad and gypsy is the same thing. Nomad and gypsies are the same thing. And I know some of you cats want something for nothing, but let's have some fun, y'all. Let's go hit the link.
We got to understand rap been here for a long.
Let's go.
We got to understand rap been here for a long time. When God talked to the prophets, he was rapping. When the prophets talked back to God, they was rapping. And then if you want to bring it up and get all up to the modern days and ages, you can start going in the 60s when you had Shirley Ellis when she did the name game and the Clapton song. You can go to the poetry rapping of Sister Sonia Sanchez with the WASP poets or the Laugh poets. You can get into the political or the message rap of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X, or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We can get into the party and fun rap of P.B. Martin, Mars Baby. Go back to the Hidey Hole with Cat Calloway. We can go back to the radio disc jockey of Jocko, Eddie O.J., and all the others that did things. We can go back to the love rap of I.K. Black Roses, to the love rap of Barry White Mountain. This is all part of rap. And if all you country people want to get into the country and western thing, we can take it to Tony Joe White when he did Post Out at Annie. This is all dealing with the rap. Rap has always been there.
Should I rewind that back? Can I play that back for some of you cats that didn't get it? That's the legendary Africa Bambaataa throwback. Let's go back. Let's do it one more time.
Nothing like Canada in the
Let's
offseason.
go back one more time, because I don't think y'all caught that in the background. Let's go back one more time, brother. Let's take it from the top. Hit the link, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hit that link. Let's go. I don't need to be on for 10 hours, but I have stuff to do. I just came back in the house. Let's go. Share it out. Anybody want it?
A long time.
Bring it.
We got to understand rap been here for a long time. When God talked to the prophets, he was rapping. When the prophets talked back to God, they was rapping. And then if you want to bring it up and get all up to the modern days and ages, you can start going in the 60s when you had Shirley Ellis when she did the name game and the Clapton song. You can go to the poetry rapping of Sister Sonia Sanchez with the WASP poets or the Laugh poets. You can get to the political or the message rap of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X, or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You can get into the party and fun raps of P.B. Martin, Mars Baby. Go back to the Hidey Hole with Cat Calloway. We can go back to the radio disc jockey of Jocko, Eddie O.J., and all the others that did things. We can go back to the love rap of I.K. Black Roses,
All
to the
hip
love rap of Barry White Mountain. It's all part of rap. And if all you country people want to get into the country and western thing, you can take it to Tony Joe White when he did Post Out at Annie. This is all dealing with the rap. Rap has always been there.
Let's go. Let's go. I don't care. Is it Professor Griff on Talking Origins of Hip Hop? I got Griff number 2. You can mention my name to my brother, Professor Griff. We can all talk. I know Griff, Bam, Karis One. Name them. Y'all can share this out. Bring my name up to Professor Griff. Let's go. You know why? Because I was there. Let's go. Literally just got off the phone a couple of days ago with Africa Bambaataa. Don't get mad.
I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we
Let's
really
go.
gonna survive? Let's begin there. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. I'm talking to the little you, but there is a bigger you. The bigger you is spiritual, little you that is physical. KRS is giving you something more than I get with you. I'm hitting you, splitting you, ripping you down, whipping you. I spit that metaphysical rap at the pinnacle I'm at. I'm down here just to deal with you cats. I never bleed you. I just remind you that they don't need you. They're gonna keep you for as long as they can eat you. But that mic you speak through goes from here to Mogadishu. And how you represent us is the issue. I'm not here to diss you or dismiss you. But at any moment we could be hit with pistols. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. How many MCs must get dipped? How many young men must get frisked? How much life can really go on? How many shots get fired at a target and just miss? We gonna live like this? I walk the same path that Mason do, but he went in the church. I stayed out the faith you. The difference between us is not just man to man, but in fact it's fan to fan. People that buy cameras, one going places. People that buy your shit, they catch you. People eat, your people cheat. Such as the words you speak and you read. You can pop that shit if you like, but people that buy KRS-One, they looking for the light like nice. J.A., listen, BC, Harold Simone, serving, yo, man, see me. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there.
Y'all don't get it? I talk the way I talk because I've been there. So y'all may have seen this online with Professor Griff at Black and Nobels, which somebody took my video and took clips of my video when I brought Professor Griff to Black and Nobels in Philadelphia. You see that says Sabir Bay Productions. Let's make sure y'all see that. Okay. So the video that y'all see floating around, it's my video. When Griff talking about Will Smith and the whole nine. Oh, yeah, that's me. So here's the DVDs right here. Okay. It's Sabir Bay's Productions. So when people bring up stuff about me and about who I am, you can mention my name to all of them. They all know who I am. So the reason why I'm saying this, because now I got to make it short because I got to get out of here. So just bear with me, so 1 second, okay? So I'm going to share some stuff with y'all, right? Because if y'all study history of the Moors, and then my brother Teray and I was discussing this as I was out today, and I said it was hot as hell. And he said we had record breaking heat in Philadelphia. And I said, yo, something's going on. I said, and it's crazy how the conversation happened when he said to me that we never stayed in one spot. Our ancestors never stayed in one spot. And he said, what locked our people down, right? Because he was making this, he talked about his ex-girl's father and how he bought property, and he was saying, well, sell the property when I'm gone. What are you keeping the property for? And what it is, we're taught to keep these things when our ancestors never stayed in one spot. Wherever we went, we built. And we was having a discussion about traveling. And I said, yeah, the only places Black people travel to is Vegas, California, places like that. And we was just laughing. And this particular brother don't have a car. He can get it. He don't have cars. He don't have mortgages. He gave up his house. But the weird part was, as we was discussing, I said, this is how we get trapped in one spot. And the reason, and I brought up Ibn Battuta, this guy right here that y'all should know about. Our ancestors have always been gypsies, always been nomads. Because I said we would move from one place to the next place when temperature, or if it got cold, like birds, they would go fly south in the wintertime. So for some reason, we're stuck in one spot. That's just how it is. So I brought up about Battuta. And how many of y'all ever heard of Ibn Battuta? How many of y'all ever heard of them? Traveling leave you speechless, and it turns you into a storyteller. And we're not talking about like traveling to Las Vegas or traveling to Atlantic City. That's not really traveling. When you travel, and he was talking because he travels a lot also, and we were just having this random conversation while I was walking down. The conversation came up, and as we were walking, I said, "Yo, I'm gonna do a video on this." And this is how I start videos. I can actually have a conversation with somebody, and then I could say, "Damn, you know, I should do it. I should do a video on that." So I'm gonna ask y'all this question again. Come on, y'all. I don't want to be on here long, but how many of y'all ever heard of Ibn Battuta? Come on, y'all. If y'all did, y'all should share it out. Let's go.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Come on, share it out. Brother Yasin. Let's go.
I wanted to become a navigator, and I wanted to become a great singer. I always had the same dream. The dream was that I'm singing for hundreds of thousands of people. Beautiful people, and I got this motivation. And then about the being an aviator, but
Where y'all at?
How we did that song, bro? So we had to do it. Go ahead and leave the cold word around the world from the wise of them seas. These cats is paying more than half a pound. My garment back and snatch it down. I got to skate, but we can probably run them back in town. Scenarios like this is tearjerkers with a lot of MC. I eat a blue collar worker because this thing called rhyming no different from coal mining. We both on assignment to unearth the diamond. When you start climbing and them eyes start shining, you be struggling and striving and they think you prime time. And anything they keep silent, make no an observation. This is the deadly operation. My concentration, stay focused on my recitation. About to reach my destination with no balls of hesitation, baby. Cause this ain't no recreation, it's sport, y'all. And we letting you know, y'all, it's the show, y'all. Doing this for dough, y'all. Get the phone call, and I'm ready to blow, y'all. About to go, y'all. Been a pleasure to know, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
You know. I'm a
That's Brother Yasin Bey. Y'all better hurry up. Come on, y'all. Let's share it out. Y'all scared?
Don't cry with the to drop these heavy ass bags of what my backbone around the world with the catalog of rap songs. My baby girl is walking, been away for that long. But no, you haven't felt you just I was to me. My home town is like a whole different scenery. The old timers on the stoop lane and leisurely. The new jacks up in the park smoking greenery. Easily taken for granted when I'm finished, but it's sweet spinach when you been down for a minute, move around. City break it down, but the finish, there ain't no winning. Classical B-boy image, collect the winning. This is the reason that we came here. This thing is not a game here. The fortune, not the fame here. From New York to the Cadillac, Cali and the Cadillac, Chicago, no we infiltrate Virginia State. DC make me simulate, believe what we penetrate. Georgia make us generate, let's celebrate to get the breaks. These celebrating my dance of foreign land. Even your man in Japan know what happened. I done make everybody out in the party say get you fun. They got man more and get it fun. Phenomenal, me that's the ball, it's the show, dog. Trying to get this dough, y'all, about to blow, y'all. Been a pleasure to know y'all.
You know, it's funny to me. Like, I know this is not the typical conversation that some of these black conscious people hear. That's why they confused about what the hell Sabir talking about. And this is the beautiful thing about me, what I love. You can't have a conversation with the conscious black people. I can have a whole conversation with my brother Teray, who travels the world, right? And randomly. And we can talk about really what's going on with our people. We don't travel nowhere. We thinking travel is going to the door of no return. I don't want to go there. Travel the world or traveling to Atlantic City. Each and every last one of us can do this. I've done videos showing you that for me to leave California to go back to the East Coast is like $600 or $700 one way. Did y'all know that? Unless you get on Spirit. Even Spirit want $300 if you Google that motherfucker. So you could take $300 or $400 if you're leaving from JFK, Newark. It's about $300 or $400. Let me explain this to y'all. How crazy this is. That's a Cardinal. You can literally travel the world. That's a round trip to go from Newark or JFK into Spain and then into Morocco, into Africa, because Africa is Morocco, and you can go up. Right? But the brother Teray and I was having this discussion, how they scare people or people are afraid. We never had that, people. We never did that. Right? What's holding us back is us that is holding us back. I don't want a car note. I don't want mortgages. Rich people don't own sugar, honey, iced tea, nigga. They just rent these motherfuckers, bro. KRS-One would always say that he would be homeless, not homeless in the sense of not having a place. He would say he would be in he's back out here in California, but he would be in Atlanta. Then he would be somewhere else. He would be in Florida. This is how our ancestors traveled. We were navigators, nomads, gypsies. This was us. That's us. What it is, you can tell that Black people have a colonized mindset, right? It ain't travel. If you're not comprehending what I'm saying, I can't help y'all. Travel, okay? Go seek. At least sit there, because what most people do, they travel and they stay in one spot because they scare the hell out of you. I've been in places that y'all would think I'm crazy as hell by myself. By myself. So we have to inspire people to travel. Inspire them to travel. I've been in Turkey by myself. I've been in Tunis by myself. I've been in a lot of these places by myself. France. I've been in Portugal. And then I went back with people. So I want y'all to be inspired to travel. What's holding us back and what's making us kill each other is we locked in this little box. It's like a test. You know, you're all locked in this box. And I was talking to my brother Teray. He said, out of all this money these young brothers be having, you mean to tell me you locked in one spot? How about you take all y'all money and pay me, and then I'll take y'all on a journey. I'll take you through there. There was one brother, I'm not even going to mention his name. He's a big celebrity. He said, yo, Sabir, I want to take you and pay you to take me overseas so I can learn what you learned. So shout out to that brother. But the crazy part is I'm really starting to see the problem of Black people. Seriously. I'm really starting to see it. So it's no way in hell that y'all should not even not know about Ibn Battuta. I just put it up here. Nobody said anything yet. Nobody said, I don't know who he is. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know who he is. Because what it is, when you travel, it makes you a hell of a storyteller. When you travel, it makes you a storyteller, big. I asked y'all, how many of y'all ever heard of Ibn Battuta? Nobody wants to jump on a feed. You know why? Because y'all don't want truth. You want somebody to just keep telling you stuff. You want the gossip that's going on social media. And I had this little argument with my son, Mom. It wasn't an argument. And I'm telling her what they want on social media, the gossip, the arguments, nobody wants to really back truth. Why don't we want to know about this when you can't get mad at a white person or European when they're studying all of this? They're studying this. Because when you truly travel, it makes you a storyteller. You know how many stories I have when I travel? Even in Ubers or Lyfts or getting on a mass transit in other countries. I have conversations with people, rub shoulders with people, rub elbows with people, and I'm talking to them about who I am when I'm going in Turkey. So let me share this with y'all who Ibn Battuta is. I'm up first. Bear with me. Get out your feelings when you get on this feed. So this conversation got sparked by with my brother Teray as I was talking to him. And I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. And I hope y'all take this, learn something, share it out, support it, whatever, which way y'all want to do it. This is me overseas. Look what's in my lap. This is my driver as I'm going to all of these places traveling. I have books with me. And the book that you see sitting there is called Ibn Battuta, Black Africa. That's the book right here. So as I'm in the car with my driver, Mohammed, he's asking me about this book. And he said, how did you know Ibn Battuta? The whole time I'm there, through Morocco, Tunis, wherever I was at, and in Turkey, they kept calling me the modern day Ibn Battuta. Ibn Battuta, the whole time. But you bring this over here to our people, we don't even know who Ibn Battuta is. We don't even know who that man is. And that's a damn shame. But you have somebody who, in this day and time, to actually go to these places, find information, and bring it back to you. So that's the book that I have with me. So when you see books sitting here and I'm traveling like this, people asking me these questions. Well, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Get off the feed. Then I keep trying to tell you, stop hurting yourself by staying on my feed. Stop hurting yourself. Okay. So this says in Black Africa. I definitely never heard of him. Okay, so thank you, Sunshine. This is for you. So this is for you, not for Philip to keep making the fake pages. I don't know why he won't come on the feed. Because I'm telling you, I'm to a point I could delete everybody and block everybody for eternity. Okay, so I think you should fall back. So I'm going to share something with y'all, okay? Maybe no importance to you, so you can leave the feed quietly right now. You know how you be in classroom, they say leave quiet. Leave quiet. Because it's not for you. This is Ibn Battuta. This young brother right here is 23 years old and speaks like 22 languages. He never went to school. Never went to school for it. I remember when he was young, he spotted me when I was walking through Tangiers. He kept yelling, Sabir, Sabir. So this right here is Ibn Battuta's house. I want y'all to see that. If this is not for you, then you turn the channel. Go to the gossip channel. I don't care. Stop talking about stuff. If it's not for you, just keep it pushing, family. It's not for you. Okay? So this is Ibn Battuta's house in Tangiers, Morocco. That's Tangiers. So let me show you something else, okay? If you on here every day and you ain't learned something, you got a problem. So let's go to Ibn Battuta's house. That's me outside Ibn Battuta's house. And if you ever watch certain movies, they mention Ibn Battuta. They mention him, right? In certain movies, now that you heard the name, hey, Ephraim, you know how I am, brother. But they love to get punished. They stay on his feet and keep leaving comments instead of being men and confront Sabir. I don't know what's wrong with these people, brother Ephraim. You got to help your black people, bro. I told you, I don't want to take and interpret no comments the wrong way. The links are always open, okay? So that's Ibn Battuta's house. But the catch was Ibn Battuta's coffin is sitting in his house. I said I don't read the comments, brother. Didn't I just tell him, Ephraim? Let me explain this to y'all one more time. Bear with me. This is why I tell people to come on the feed. Let me hold up. He said I don't read the comments very well. Let me explain this to you, family. And hopefully this is the last time I explain this to you. Okay. I do have X that I'm on. This is X. This is Instagram. I want you to pay attention. One is Instagram, one is X. So if you want to talk to me, you talk to Sabir Bey, click the link. So I'm reading comments from Instagram also. So you too grown for that. All I said is click the link. I don't want to interpret stuff the wrong way. I'm not going to read your whole comment. That's what the click the link is for. That's what the click the link is for. So this is Ibn Battuta's coffin right there. That's the coffin. All right. So why don't we talk about him? But Europeans do videos, they do tours, they do all these great things, right? So let me do this real fast. So for y'all that don't know, the Tangiers. Okay. That's where he lives at. That's where I was at. So let's go to a video of Ibn Battuta. I told you it's going to be short. Let's go to the video of Ibn Battuta. Listen up.
Explorer, for one reason or another, from leaders of nations to military generals, scholars, religious figures, and even explorers. Of the latter category, many from the West may first think of famous explorers like Marco Polo or Christopher
For most black people, though, you know Marco Polo.
Columbus. But Europe wasn't the first think of famous explorers like Marco Polo or Christopher Columbus. But Europe wasn't the only continent to birth such renowned adventurers. One particularly prominent explorer from outside of the West was Ibn Battuta. Ibn Battuta was a man of Berber descent born in Tangier under the reign of the Marinid dynasty in February of 13.
Let's pause that for a second. So if y'all don't know what Berber is, it's really the Amazigh. This is the Amazigh symbol. That's Amazigh. This is Amazigh. If you want to go there with the Berbers, we can talk about the Berber. We can talk about the Berbers. If you really want to go there. So imagine traveling with all these books and I'm going to these places and I'm understanding the history. And then they're going to open up the doors and they're going to come and talk to me. They're going to come and talk to Sabir. You know why? Because I'm not talking black. Again, I'm not here to try to interpret what you say. I'm here to let you hit the link and come on and talk with me for a second. No disrespect.
1904. His family was made up of Islamic legal scholars who belonged to the Lawata. His family was made up of Ibn Battuta was a man of Berber descent born in Tangier under the reign of the Marinid dynasty in February of 1304. His family was made up of Islamic legal scholars who belonged to the Lawata Berber tribe. Ibn Battuta himself would likely have studied at a Sunni Maliki school and was offered a job as a religious judge, but he would soon realize that his heart yearned for much, much more. At the age of 21, our protagonist decided that he was going to leave his typical life in Morocco and set off for a pilgrimage to Mecca. This trip would usually take roughly 16 months to complete, but Ibn Battuta would not return to his hometown for 24 years. I set out alone, having neither fellow traveler in whose companionship I might find cheer, nor caravan whose part I might join, but swayed by an overmastering impulse within me and a desire long cherished in my bosom to visit these illustrious sanctuaries. So, I braced my resolution to quit my dear ones, female and male, and forsook my home as birds forsake their nests. My parents being yet in the bonds of life, it weighed sorely upon me to part from them, and both they and I were afflicted with sorrow at this separation.
Listen.
Wow, I just built the most amazing workflow on Monday.com.
You build your own workflow? Why? There are a bunch of amazing pre-made templates you can just choose from.
As he describes in his own words, Ibn Battuta began his journey entirely solo, during which he first traveled by land across the North African coast, passing through Tlemcen, Bajaya, and Tunis. Here in Tunis, he stopped for a couple of months before continuing on his voyage. He eventually arrived at the port of Alexandria in the spring of 1326, where it says he met two notable men who would further fuel the fires of his traveler's desires. One of these men, Sheikh Morshidi, is said to have interpreted the meaning of one of Ibn Battuta's dreams, confirming that he was meant to be a world traveler. The other, Sheikh Burhanuddin, who was believed to have predicted Ibn Battuta's destiny as a world traveler as well, even telling him, "You must visit my brother Farid Uddin in India, Rukonuddin in Sindh, and Burhanuddin in China. Convey my greetings to them." Ibn Battuta eventually did some exploring around the Alexandria area, and then headed off for Cairo, where he remained for a month, and at some point met a man who warned him that he would only be able to arrive in Mecca if he traveled through Syria. Upon leaving Cairo, which was the capital of the Mamluk Sultanate, Ibn Battuta continued his adventure, though he, at first, remained within other Mamluk territories. Next, hoping to continue on toward Mecca, he traveled up the Nile Valley and eventually to the port of Aid Hab. Showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time, though, Ibn Battuta was forced to turn back to Cairo after running into a local revolt that prevented his journey further toward Mecca. Recalling the message relayed to him by the mysterious man he met on his first Cairo trip, Ibn Battuta then headed to Damascus, stopping in Hebron, Jerusalem, and Bethlehem along the way. Once in Damascus, he decided to stay for the entirety of Ramadan before moving along to Medina, which was another important Islamic site. 4 days later, Ibn Battuta would finally make his way to Mecca. Here, with the long-awaited completion of the young man's first pilgrimage, Ibn Battuta was given the honorific title of Haji. With his first significant goal achieved, many believed that he would now return home to Morocco. But this would not be the case for quite a while longer. Instead of going home, as 1326 neared its close, Ibn Battuta opted to join a caravan of fellow pilgrims on a trip elsewhere. They first passed through Najaf, where Ibn Battuta visited the mausoleum of Ali, and from there decided to part ways with the caravan of Ali and turn to Baghdad. He instead voyaged next to Wasit, then along the Tigris River to reach Basra, eventually into Iran, where he stopped at the town of Isfahan. From there, he reached Shiraz and eventually did end up in Baghdad, but not until the early summer of 1327. Once he arrived in Baghdad, though, the traveler ran
We always been navigators, baby. It's the caravan, baby. Are y'all ready? Come on to feed, Brother Percy. Let's go. We always been navigators, baby.
Are you ready for the top tonight? It's time to stand up and fight. It's all to the motherland. One by one, tonight. And my soul with hearts of gold. Now that you
Listen to what he's saying.
there's a better way for life to be.
Listen.
The place where mankind will fall is so neglected and
Neglected.
for the heart. Every moment, every day, joy the land of love.
This is what they don't get, Brother Percy. I'm giving them this. So you have to travel. So when I went to Ibn, actually Percy was there. You was there too, right, Percy? I took Percy there to Ibn Battuta's house. But nobody wants to talk about it. Are you there, Percy? You got to unmute your mic. So the weird part is, I'm going to give you a little bit more, okay? of Ibn Battuta. Let's play more. Let's have these children travel.
Into a pretty important person, Abu Sa'id, the final Mongol leader of the unified Ilkhanate, was fleeing for the north when Ibn Battuta ran into him and decided to accompany him on his journey, an offer that he just couldn't pass up. But at some
You're not going to get psychological depth anywhere else in the Hebrew Bible the way
point along the way, as he'd done with the prior caravan, Ibn Battuta parted from the royal retinue and journeyed along the Silk Road until he reached Tabriz. He would soon become the guest of yet another prominent figure, this time when he traveled to Mosul, where he was invited to meet with the Ilkhanate governor. From there, Ibn Battuta left for Caesar and Mardin, then Sinjar, before heading back to Mosul to once more join another caravan of pilgrims. The timeline of the next leg of his journey is slightly disputed, but Ibn Battuta eventually made his way back to Mecca in 1327 and likely stayed until either 1328 or 1330. Over the next year or so, he found himself at the port of Jeddah, from which he journeyed along the Red Sea coast until he stepped foot in Yemen, next exploring some of its important cities and even meeting the Mujahid Nur al-Din.
So the Red Sea, y'all, for y'all that don't know, it's Eritrea. Eritrea is part of Ethiopia. So when they said Moses is part of the Red Sea, Eritrea, Yemen, it's all the same, people. Okay.
Bin Ali, the ruler of the Razulid dynasty. After this, Ibn Battuta likely arrived in either Sana'a or Aden, then took a ship from Aden to Zila. After a week in the latter, he moved on to Cape Gard Afui, where he stayed an additional 7 days. By 1332, he would arrive in Mogadishu, where he stayed for a bit before voyaging on to Mombasa and the Swahili coast. He then traveled to Kilwa, back to Oman, followed by the Strait of Hormuz, and yet again back to Mecca. And as though he had not already traveled more than many ever would in their entire lives, Ibn Battuta was still far from done. His next stretch of adventure took him across the Red Sea and up the Nile Valley toward Cairo again, from which he journeyed to Palestine and eventually to the port of Latakia. From there, he went by ship to Alanya, then by land to Agirdir, where he spent that year's Ramadan. After its end, there's a period of Ibn Battuta's travels that are a bit tricky to understand and were possibly told out of order. But according to the man himself, he left Agirdir for Malas, then made his way to Konya, eventually ending up in Erzurum, and finally to Birgi. This seems a bit jumbled and out of order, but it is the path that Ibn Battuta says he took.
This is the crazy part. Now, how could it, Percy, be that we got all this technology, all this freaking money, right? And niggas can't even go nowhere but vacation. Just think about this for 1 second. I don't even have it, but when the spirit moves you, it moves you. Seriously. And I'm sitting here like, we're not talking about Ibn Battuta, but we're talking about Marco Polo. Marco Polo? We don't want to know about Ibn. We ain't gonna do with us, brother. No, Ibn Battuta was an African. This house right there. She's on the line. We was there. So this is before Percy. I was there by myself at this particular time. But this is Ibn Battuta's house, right? In Tangiers, Morocco. They said he traveled more than anybody else. How is it that we got all this technology, all this money that we have, and we locked in one spot and can't go nowhere? Brother, I paid $100,000 for this house, brother. I ain't gonna leave it. Nigga, it ain't your house. Let me tell you something. A mortgage, people, for the record, means dead pledge. You don't even own your house. You don't. You're renting the house. You don't own it. They give you the illusion that you own it and you take care of that motherfucker. So the key is that if you own something, right, you build that motherfucker up. You build it. What is holding us back? What's truly holding us back? And Percy, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm thinking about I called you today to think about this AI stuff, right? I was like, damn, I need to pay for that. I need to do a pay because I can make so much money doing these little slides and stuff like that on the AIs, but you got to pay for that. And I don't get that kind of money, but goddamn, it's a lot. So imagine, we having a conversation on this man right here, Ibn Battuta, just him alone, an African of his travels. But all I hear people say is Marco Polo, but nothing about him in no school. Nothing. So that's me that was in the car when I was traveling, when I was in Morocco. I think I was getting driven. I think I paid at the time 5,000 dirhams. So let me explain to y'all what 5,000 dirhams is. 5,000 dirhams is $500. One more time. 5,000 dirhams or dirhams is like $500. So I traveled from one spot to the next spot, like bouncing from place to place, right? In the summertime, you notice I got shorts on. And I had those books with me. And as I have the books with me, the conversations was heated in the car as I'm talking to the dude. He was asking me, how did I know about Ibn Battuta? And I had to explain to him about the black thing, right? But that book says in Black Africa. So to show you that still was us. But the problem is with the conscious people, they will run from this and say, well, brother, they ain't going to do it. Yes, it has something to do with you, but nobody's black. So somebody has to do these things to actually explain to people. Rather you going to synagogue, rather you going to wherever you plant your feet at, those are still Moors, people, without a shadow of a doubt. There is no black people. None. But I can sell it to you. So these people who do these videos never show you anything. But they give you you give them thousands of dollars to keep misleading you. So again, I've learned so much from this 22, 23-year-old brother right here that spoke multiple languages. And I said, I can't even speak not one. He said he learned the languages just by travel. I mean, travelers coming into Morocco. He knew me and he still know me. If I go back to Morocco, he still knows me because it's an impact or impression that you have on an individual, bruh. And this is what it is. It's not about how much money you have, bruh. It's about the impact that you have on an individual that they can remember you. And this is for the years I've been going over there. I remember I met this brother like 5 or 6 years ago. He's 23 now. So it's the impact. You think it's money. Money doesn't make a man. It's free national standards and principles that make a man, but you need money or finances to get what you need to get done. And I honestly, if I wish I had it like that, because I would do a whole lot more to travel. Like, again, Ibn Battuta was the most traveling person, period. But you hear none of our people speaking about him. And they speak out of ignorance of a person being Arab. He just told you he was Berber. Even though they said he was Berber, they'll go right back and say, well, he was an Arab. Even though we are the original Arabs. Yeah. But it's a whole history behind the Berber. So when you start researching stuff, right, on the Berber concept, when you start putting this together, and they had to make it negative on who the Berbers are, right? It's still us. No matter which way you flip it. The whole concept of the gypsy was us. So it was called the Nomads. We never stayed in one spot. Never stayed in one spot. So what's holding you back is you trying to keep up with the European. So you're the culture vulture. So we would move from one area to the next area. When it get cold, that's like birds. The birds go south. They don't go no more because they messed them up. But the birds used to fly south. They don't even fly south anymore. They didn't mess them motherfuckers up. So listen, anybody wants to chime in real quick? Come on, because I'm going to get off the speed. I think my brother Percy and my brother Tariq is on the line. What's up, Percy?
Not much, man. Chilling.
Yeah, because you asked that question. You notice nobody said anything because you know why? Because this is over their pay read. Why was it assaulting in China?
Right.
Why was it assaulting it? But the Chinese taking over everything. Nigga, do you know that's Manchuria? That is us. You do know that, right? That is us. So even the term Oriental is us. Even the term Asiatic is us. Asian is us. We are the Asiatic people. And Oriental is us also. Original. And this is the crazy part because they know they're dealing with a bunch of black unconscious people. This is why they pimp the hell out of black people. They be like, yeah, brother, we foundational black Americans, brother, because the black man was God. And black man ain't God, brother. Black man is not God. No. Travel a little bit more. It's amazing, bro. Like it's in person can tell you firsthand what I'm speaking on. And this is only his second time going over there. It's amazing, dude. It's like it's to go walk where we walked at. That's why I play that song. I talk how I talk because I've been there. So when you go to these particular places in this Medina, he'll tell you how it is in there. You ain't never seen none of these conscious people walk through there. Am I lying, Percy? It's crazy. Some of them look like a straight ghetto from back in the 80s.
Like it looked like you walking through the movie Aladdin, like the cartoon.
Yup. It's real, bro. It's real. Like, and it was some spots in there that was, had trash in it. I ain't gonna lie, but it, like I said, it was some stuff. It was weird as hell. So imagine at the time when I was going in there by myself, didn't know where I was going at. And I still came out. But you have to experience these things yourself. And I tell people this to do it. Do it. Lose yourself. Just take a chance and just wing that motherfucker and go. Percy told me that his father was asking him, was he safe over there? He said, I'm more safe over there than I am over here. He's a grown man. His father was asking him that question. But what happens with media, they make you afraid. You know what I mean? They make you afraid. Oh, you shouldn't go over there because once you go there, your eyes are open up and you start seeing a lot of stuff. But you be like, nigga, like really? I was in a lift today, right, Percy? And I was talking to he actually watching his video, and he's Spanish. He's a Spanish Christian. So we in the car, and I think his name Francisco. I might mess your name up, brother, but he actually followed me on YouTube right now. And I was telling him about paella, how paella is Arabic, it's Moorish. Paella, y'all, it's not Spanish. And I was telling him about hachacha. I think I pronounced it right. That's Moorish.
Horchata.
Horchata, right? That's Moorish, right? So I'm in a telling him this, right? All this stuff is coming from Moors. All of it's coming from Islam, right? And again, I was calling him a Morisco. The Moriscos was the ones that was forced into Catholicism. They was little Moors. So it's a whole history. So when I'm traveling, this is what I do. I'm talking to people, having conversations, and I know what I'm talking about. If I'm talking to a Chinese person, I'm gonna say Manchuria. If I'm talking to a Japanese person, I'm gonna say Nippon. I'm gonna explain to them Nippon and say, well, how did you know? If I'm talking to somebody from the Philippines, I'm gonna say the Moros in the Philippines. They're not Filipinos, they called Moros. Moros in the Philippines. That came from King Philip. Filipinos come from King Philip. You follow me? So these are the things that you do when you travel, and then experiencing these things in other countries. And then you see it. And that's what Ibn Battuta was doing. This is what even Ibn Khaldun was doing when he was traveling. He was jotting down what he sees. So if I'm traveling into a particular country and I'm seeing how we're doing, like for instance, somebody can look at us and see in our neighborhoods that we killing each other. Say, God damn, these niggas are shooting each other. Like I just called home in Philly and I heard all the goddamn murders in Philadelphia. I said, God damn, they said this is crazy. So imagine if I'm a foreigner and I'm coming to Philadelphia and I'm seeing people who was referred to themselves as black people doing what we doing to each other, right? Right outside somebody that spent $600,000 for a house, because that's how much they cost, $1 million homes, right? With no parking spaces in Philly. Just think about this for a minute, person. And anybody from Philly in any neighborhood knows exactly what I'm talking about. Do you think that these people are going to spend $600,000 or $700,000, $800,000 on a house and have a nigga shoot somebody in front of their house or allow shooting in their area? No, but we don't want to talk about that though. This is what we're doing in our neighborhoods. We don't have communities, we have neighborhoods. Let me say this again. We don't have communities, we have neighborhoods. A neighborhood is a mixture of people. A community is a community of people who are all the same. If Percy Child acts out, I got the right to check it. That's a community. Common unity. We don't have communities, we have neighborhoods, and we use these words loosely by saying, oh brother, the community. What community? What's the culture of black people? I keep asking this question. I just gave you the culture of the Moors. Give me the culture of black people. And please don't say hip hop. Please don't say hip hop. What's the culture, brother Percy, of black people?
EBT. Yeah, EBT. What was that? Drill music.
Yeah, it could be the drill music. I don't know, but maybe. But this is the weird part. And you got all these so-called intelligent people, right, who sit on platforms and think I'm condemning my people when I'm seeing what I'm seeing. You can't fault me. I'm not hide behind social media. You see exactly what I see, right? Everybody from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram sees what I see. But what it is with us, we turn the blind eye to it and say, oh no. So when people travel or they come in these places and they'll say, oh, white people do. I'm not talking about white people. There's no such thing as white people. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about black people, the one that's woke. So when they see us do what we do to each other, they say, fuck that, man. We're going to do it to you too. It's just the reality. It's the reality. We always try to justify what we do. Like, no, brother, check your brother. If these brothers, and I'm going to say his name, Tariq Nasheed is doing what he's doing. Why nobody checked him? Why Kaba never checked him? Why Kaba, who from the Bronx, never checked Tariq Nasheed, who's causing this friction, right, amongst Puerto Ricans, and Puerto Ricans are us. Why they never checked him? You know why? Because they don't want to upset somebody. Nigga, I ain't tied to nobody. And this is why I'm hard on Kaba and anybody that support that madness. And you can take this to Dr. Kaba. He can call me on the phone and we can do a live together. And we can lay it out right here. Because this brother is, and I don't call that brother an agent, but he's creating a friction amongst our people. Well, they doing it too. No. All Puerto Ricans are not doing that. Puerto Ricans is Borinquen. They're Borincans from Borinquen. They're dark. They got locks. They got the same people. Same exact people. You just don't see them. So this is what is happening. Someone that knows nothing, and I'm talking about Tariq, about hip hop, going to tell you about hip hop, who never even been to a Zulu anniversary at all. Never. If again, they creating this friction right in front of your eyes right now. Right now, they creating it. I live in California. You think he would have reached out to me? He'll tell y'all a story. And no, I'm not mad because he has nothing I want to sit and talk with him about. But I'm watching the friction because people, Percy, are calling me. Why aren't we having a discussion, Lord Jamal, on our nationality? Why are we not having a discussion about how and what are we referring to and who are black people? Why are we not having this conversation? Travel the world, people. Trust me. You'll see something different. You never see me separate my people. I am the Jamaican. I am the Haitian. I am the Dominican. I am the Puerto Rican. I am the Sudanese. I am the Somalian. I am the Moroccan. I'm the Tunisian. I'm all of those people. It's us. Your ancestors are living in you, B. It's you. And I'm not talking religion. And we allow these things to happen. We allow somebody, in which they're saying they're not like us, an outsider coming in, and y'all don't even question. He has no resume at all. If I'm wrong, y'all can share this to him. I think I'm gonna leave it short. If I'm wrong, they can email me, B. And don't ever take what I'm saying is hating somebody, because there is not a hateful bone in Sabir Bey's body. But I will talk to you tonight, tomorrow, on any platform, straight up. And you can come with your facts, and I can come with the facts. And we leave it out to the people and let the people choose. It's that simple. It's not complicated. But no more than what these people are telling you, B. Y'all should question these cats. Nobody's off limits, and nobody's, cannot, untouchable. So I think I'm ready to go. And I hope y'all get something from this. I hope y'all research Ibn Battuta. If you want to leave a tip, if you want to get the overstanding of the language of law, please reach out to Brother Sabir Bey. If you want to get the Africa versus America English version, please reach out to me. Y'all need to know real history, B. Get with some real teachers. Real teachers, real historians. You could take this to Kaba. He got my number. You could take this to any of them. Okay? And we can sit down and talk about it. If y'all want this book, I do have it. Please reach out to me. Okay? So, I hope y'all get this. My email is right there. Don't act like you don't see it. So if you have X, share it out, share it out, share it out. And research. Don't believe nothing Sabir Bey says. Okay?
Talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? I've been there. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. I'm talking to the little you, but there is a bigger you. The bigger you is spiritual, little you that is physical. KRS is giving you something more than I'm giving you. I'm hitting you, splitting you, ripping you down, whipping you. That's that metaphysical rap. At the pinnacle I'm at. I'm down here just to deal with you cats. I never bleep you. I just remind you that they don't need you. They're gonna keep you for as long as they can eat you. But that mic you speak through goes from here to Mogadishu. And how you represent us is the issue. I'm not here to diss you or dismiss you. But at any moment we could be hit with missiles. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, yeah, I've been there. How we really gonna survive? Let's begin there. How many MCs must get dead? How many young men must get frisked? How much life can really go on one risk? How many shots get fired at a target and just miss? We gonna live like this? I walk the same path that Mace do, but he went in the church, I stayed out to face you. The difference between us is not this man to man, but in fact it's fan to fan. People that buy terrorists, one going places. People that buy your shit, they catch you cases. My people eat, your people cheat. Such is the words you speak and you read. You can pop that shit if you like, but people that buy terrorists, what? They looking for the light like nice. J.A., listen, BC, Howard Simone, Server, yo, man, see me. I talk how I talk when I talk, cause I've been there. I walk how I walk when I walk, cause I've been there. On your own, sleeping in the park, I've been there.